Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Saturday the 31st of December 2022. We're publishing our gold and silver weekly update for the week ending the 30th of December. Before we do that, just to wish everyone a happy and prosperous new year, and to confirm that on Sunday the 8th of January we shall be publishing our gold and silver price prediction for 2023. We would have liked to have done this over Christmas, but unfortunately a few personal events prevented us from doing this, and so it will be published in a week's time. Also, at the end of this video, we ask you a question about a new channel, so please listen to the end, as we would really and truly appreciate your comments to the questions that we ask. Gold and silver went up last week. Let's see now where they ended up and what's likely to happen in the first week of 2023. Gold rose $25 last week, rising from $1,799 to $1,824, having hit a high of $1,833 and a low of $1,797, a rise of 1.4%. In sterling terms, gold finished the week at £1,509, that's up £16. And in euros, it closed at €1,705, that's up €11. Silver rose 22 cents, rising from $23.76 to $23.98, having hit a high of $24.30 and a low of $23.48, a rise of 0.9%, just below 1%. In sterling terms, silver closed at £19.83, that's up 12 pence on the week. And in euros, it closed at 22.41 euros, that's up 0.04 euros, almost unchanged. The gold to silver ratio rose from 75.7 to 1 to 76.1 to 1. Now the difference between gold's high and low was $36, which is quite small. And the difference between silver's high and low was just 82 cents. So both gold and silver's week really were relatively uneventful. Now we did predict last week that we expected to see, quote, our prediction for gold until the end of the year is a trading range between 1750 and 1850, with it hovering around 1800 most of the time, and until the end of 2022 we see silver oscillating between 2275 and 2450. And frankly, both gold and silver traded well within those ranges. Looking at other financials, Bitcoin stands at $16,571. That's down $272. Equities were marginally lower last week, but very marginally. The Dow Jones closed on Friday at 33,147. That's down just 56 points on the week. The S&P 500 closed at 3,839. That's down just 5 points on the week. And the Nasdaq Composite closed at 10,466. And that's down 31 points on the week. Obviously, with most traders on holiday, that was to be expected. Oils, unfortunately, were higher again this past week. Brent crude is up $1.99 at $85.91. And WTI crude is up 70 cents at $80.26. The dollar index fell, though, some 0.79 points, and stands at 103.52. Now, the market data announced last week had, frankly, little influence. However, of interest, the Chicago PMI for December came in much stronger than November by nearly 8 points. Now, this coming week of note, and there's some interesting figures coming out this week. Monday, being a bank holiday, there's nothing announced, but on Tuesday, we have the S&P Manufacturing Final PMI for December. On Wednesday, we have the ISM Manufacturing Index for December, plus the FOMC minutes, which will be looked at quite closely. Thursday, we have the ADP Employment Report, and then on Friday, very important non-farm payrolls for December, and the ISM Services Index for December. So some important pieces of data being announced this coming week, which could indeed have an influence on price. So it's possible that Wednesday's FOMC minutes, followed by Friday's non-farm payrolls, will set the tone for precious metal prices for January in the lead up to the Fed's FOMC announcement on interest rates, which will take place on Wednesday, the 1st of February. Now, there may be some interest in gold and silver as the new year begins and investors start reviewing their portfolios and amending them accordingly. With much talk of further declines in the equity markets as well as the crypto markets, which have fallen heavily, gold and silver appear to be an attractive place to protect one's capital amongst these people. Save that, though, with interest rates rising, alternative so-called non-risk investments may take the lead. The dollar's strength is still going to dominate prices, and with this in mind, next week we forecast that gold will trade broadly between $1,775 to $1,875, with $1,750 to $1,900 as outliers, and silver, because of the fear of recession, may fare slightly less well, though next week we're not expecting huge differences between the two metals. And so we anticipate silver will trade broadly between $23.50 and $24.50, with 23 to the downside and 25 to the upside as outliers. Now, in our last update, we pointed out that there are going to be some changes to the Illuminati Silver channel, as we can see that the YouTube algorithm is adversely affecting our reach simply because of the name. However, on speaking to social media experts, their view is that by changing the channel name, we may not necessarily have the positive impact with YouTube that we had anticipated. So the recommendation is that we keep Illuminati Silver and focus almost entirely on precious metals, and set up another channel to focus on other investments as a whole, which is where we wish to branch out. Let us know your thoughts. Would you be interested in subscribing to another channel where we talk not just about precious metals, but about equities, bonds, cryptos, business acquisitions, and finance in general, which may include entrepreneurism, ways to improve and maintain wealth? Please let us know in the comments below if such a channel would be of interest to you or anyone you know. Meanwhile, thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already done so, do subscribe to our channel, not forgetting to press the bell sign so you're notified of our videos as and when they're published. And finally, we wish you a safe, enjoyable weekend and a prosperous 2023. Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.